Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit of an informal video. I just thought I'd come on and have a little chat because recently I have made some pretty big changes in my life. Well, one big change for me in particular, and that has been to delete social media. If you had told me a year ago, Sarah, this time next year, you will have not had Instagram on your phone for months and you'll have deleted TikTok, I'd be like, absolutely not. That's not me. Like, I would think you're talking about someone else because I was addicted. Totally addicted. Um, and I also grew like a good following on TikTok in particular with my book talk account, Sarah's Next Chapter. And I used to spend a lot of time on TikTok in particular. And I used to enjoy it. And herein really lies the big difference for me in terms of social media and TikTok in particular lately is I used to mostly enjoy being on TikTok. Like, I used to see funny videos. I used to be able to find lots of book recommendations, have lots of discussions about books and things like that, and really like used it as a platform for connection and creativity. However, over the last few months, it has not felt like that anymore. It just feels like a platform for ads, for people to sell you stuff, and for AI. I feel like I'm seeing less and less of what I actually want to see, more and more things that I don't want to see or that are making me angry, frustrated, upset, or just not interested in. I am quite anti AI, and I think when all this AI generated content really started to come out was probably a big breaking point for me. It's just something that I just can't, it's just not for me. So yeah, I decided last week to delete TikTok from my phone. I thought I would just do a trial separation of like a day or two, and actually ended up deleting it for a week. I'm really not missing it. Like, I think that is the biggest thing that I want to share with you in this video is I thought I would have serious withdrawals from these apps, and I haven't. Now that is because I've clearly not been enjoying using them for a long time. So if you are someone that like does feel like they're still getting something out of the apps, whether that is just like validation or distraction, then maybe that's different. But I obviously wasn't feeling like I was getting anything from them, so deleting it, I was just like, actually, it felt really freeing. It felt really freeing to just be like, oh, I don't have this doom scrolling platform on my phone anymore that I'm gonna waste half an hour, 2 hours a day on. I'm not the type of person that would ever sit for an hour like back to back, but it would be like 10-20 minute slots that I would, have a little binge on throughout the day. And those add up. And they're little like micro distractions. Like, you don't think 10 minutes on TikTok is that big a deal. And it's not. I'm not trying to sit here and say like, I'm not trying to preach or anything like that, because ultimately everyone has their own journey in terms of social media and healthy habits and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I definitely didn't feel like if I was on it for 10 minutes, I was like, oh, that's fine. It was only 10 minutes. But actually, those 10 minutes were little like it was like micro dosing social media. It's like micro distractions throughout the day, which add up over time for you to just feel like you're distracted most of the day. Or that's how I felt anyway. I feel like since deleting it, I feel so much more focused on what I'm actually doing. I feel like I'm able to string sentences together easier, like genuinely, because my brain has more space. Like, I've sat down to film this video and I've not once yet thought, oh, I need to stop and do that again, or I've lost my train of thought, or I'm rambling. Like, maybe I'm rambling a bit, but you know what I mean? Like, my brain is more focused, and this has only been a week. I can't imagine what my brain will be like after a month, after 6 months, after a year. Like, I'm genuinely excited because I want my brain to get better. I want to be less distracted. I want to be more present. I want to be more engaged in the world around me. And it's also been a huge reminder that the world around me this is real. Do you know what I mean? Like, social media is, as we know, I think we all know, it's curated, but when you're on it so much, you start to forget. Like, you forget it's all curated. You forget that it's just someone behind a screen. Um, and when you come off it, you start to really see how important it is to live your life in the here and now with people that are right in front of you, with activities. There's this like sort of trend going around the now about going analog, and I've seen a lot of people do this where they're like replacing sort of on screen or online activities with real life physical things. One thing I've actually really thought about doing is getting a digital camera. I think it's so nice to have like printed photos, and also there's something kind of fun about like taking pictures and not like immediately going through them. So I quite like the idea of like being out. The way I used to back in the day when I went out clubbing, is someone would have the camera and you'd take loads of photos, and then they would get uploaded like a week later on Facebook or whatever. But that was so fun because like you got to experience the night as it actually happened, and then you got to kind of relive it when you look through the photos instead of doing it instantly and being like, oh no, take that again. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just, I think this move to going analog is actually a really exciting one. I'm also seeing people that are buying, DVD players, DVDs, CDs, records have obviously been a big thing for a while now. iPods, so they can just listen to your own music without the need of like a phone, or without like Spotify, like, or whatever platform dictating to you what you should be listening to, which I have found kind of an issue with Spotify recently as well. I feel like it's it does have an agenda. It's obviously going to promote to you or whatever it wants to be, the biggest singles or whatever artist is paying the most. I don't really know how these things work, but there's definitely an agenda and an algorithm there. And a lot of the time now I'm on Spotify and I'm shuffling and I'm like, I don't like any of this. Why am I getting this? I don't want to hear this 20 times over. So yeah, all that to say, I will be refocusing on this lovely YouTube channel. So that's the good news. That's the silver lining. I really want to come back to YouTube. I want to start consuming more long form content because I feel like that's much better for my brain. I really enjoy watching YouTube. So if you're watching this and you have a channel like that you actually upload onto, please comment and let me know. I'd love to watch your videos, particularly if they're related to anything bookish or cozy, or maybe, I don't know, like film stuff, anything really. My tastes are very eclectic, but particularly if you're bookish related, I'd like to watch stuff like that. So yeah, I'll be uploading more content on here. Planning. I really enjoy doing vlogs, so probably a few more vlogs, book reviews, and let me know what else you would want to see. In terms of books, I am currently reading Cleopatra. I cannot remember the author's name, and I know I'll mispronounce it if I try, so I'll just insert it somewhere. But I'm about 100 pages in, really enjoying that. So that's what I've been reading at the moment on my Kindle. And in terms of other things I've been doing, I've been watching the show on Netflix called Dinosaurs. I've been like really into dinosaurs in my adult life, like over the past couple of years. I did this job, or I have done it for a couple of years now over the summer, and it's like a kids interactive dinosaur show. And I think since doing that, it's kind of given me a newfound respect and like interest for dinosaurs. As a kid, I wasn't really a dinosaur kid at all, but as an adult, I'm like, it's blowing my mind. I'm like, these things actually walked the earth like millions and millions of years ago. It's just, I don't know. I've got a newfound interest in dinosaurs at the ripe age of 33, what can I say? So I've been watching that show. It's narrated by Morgan Freeman, so very soothing to listen to watch. And it's produced by Steven Spielberg, so you do very much feel like you're watching a film. I think there's only 4 episodes and I'm on the last one just now, but I've really enjoyed that. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else notable that I've been doing, but I can't really think of it at the moment. Just been kind of trying to have like a clear out of my space. That's another thing I'm trying to do. I'm trying to consume less, and so I have wanted to buy new clothes recently, but made a bargain with myself that I need to get rid of some clothes before I bring in new ones. But when I say get rid, always go to charity or sell when vinted. I would only bin something if it is like literally falling apart and has no other purpose. So yeah, I'm trying to sell a few things at the moment. I've given stuff to charity, and I'll be updating my wardrobe a bit, which is quite exciting. Um, I think that's about it for the moment. So let me know what you've been up to. Are you also on a social media detox and journey? I would love to chat about it with you in the comments, and get ready for more videos on here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!